Well, we're going into another week of lockdown, and I don't know about you, but things in my house are getting a little stir crazy. Check it out.
Kids, dinner!
Well, that's just my house, but I want to see how things are going in your bunker. So hit us with that hashtag quarantine made me do it and connect us on Instagram so we can pull those together and share in the misery. But as we are, I kind of want to speak to that today. I had a thought, and I'm learning the same lesson that I learn over and over again, as is generally the case. We tend to let our circumstances dictate how we feel, our state of mind. It's just, whether we like it or not, it's something that is just true, is however things are around us is kind of how we're feeling. And that's a strange thought, because especially in this whole quarantine situation, we have greatly reduced what we are able to do. And it seems like our free will is being managed, shrunk, condensed, and then our state of mind is being controlled by the situation itself. But is it really? Because you got to ask yourself this question: Is your state of mind just the sum of what's going on around you? And I don't think so, because we all know a couple of experiences. We all know what it's like when everything around you is going really, really great, and for some reason you're in a funk and you're just mad or you're sad about something and you don't know why, and it has nothing to do with the situation around you. And similarly, we all know exactly what it's like when everything is going terrible. It's just crummy, it's the worst it could possibly be, and for some reason you're feeling really good. You're really optimistic about stuff, even though you know you shouldn't be, because things are falling to pieces, but you just are. And that just goes to prove that your state of mind is not tied to what's going on around you. It's something beyond it. Joy is not a state of mind. You are not dictated by your circumstances. You actually have a choice every single moment of every single day in how you react. That state of mind is a choice that you get to make every day. As a matter of fact, I would say it is the full arena of free will. It is the one thing that you get to control in this life, is how you feel, where your mind is at, how you react to circumstances and situations around you. And in this lockdown, it's really easy to respond with justifications for being complaining and whiny and blamey. There's a lot of stuff that's out of your control, and it's not making things necessarily great for you. And I think that's a fairly common state of mind, is we like to pin things to other things, but the reality of the situation is it's still your choice. And there's something else you could be doing. As Paul says in 1 Thessalonians, here's something else you could be doing: rejoice always, pray without ceasing, and in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Rejoice, pray, and give thanks. That is something that you could be doing. That's a state of mind that you could be having throughout this entire thing. The only problem is it's hard. It takes effort. It's not the easy way out. It's really easy to just blame it on the circumstance, but it takes a lot of actual energy to turn that around. And that's tough. None of us are really that strong. Because changing your attitude or your perspective is one of the absolute toughest things for humans to do. It's just impossible. We get so ingrained, we just dig our heels in, and it's hard to change or to even want to change. But luckily, Paul goes on and he talks in another book about the secret to his success. In Philippians 4, he says, I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. I know how to be brought low. I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. And then this is it. He says, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Ding, ding, ding. The solution is simple, and it's the same one as always. Let God do it. Give it to God. There are so many things that we are just simply incapable of doing. And we need to learn that those are the opportunities for us to admit our inability and put it on God, to rely on Him, to lean on Him. And this is another one of, I cannot change my attitude when I know I need to. And that's all you need to know. From there, it's just a matter of inviting God into it and using His strength. It just highlights an area that we lack, and whenever we find an area that we lack, it's an opportunity for us to communicate to God the one thing that He really needs to know. We can't do it, and we know it. We need Him, and we know it. And that's what Dad wants to hear from us more than anything, because that is the heart of humility and love and submission. That is the recipe for getting back home with Him. So as we're in this really difficult and not very fun lockdown situation, it's a wonderful opportunity for us to practice that trust, that reliance on God by saying, I can't change my attitude, but I know you can in me. And so I invite you to come do that, God, because you are stronger than I am. And when we do that, we are making this thing exactly what it ought to be. Part of God's awesome plan that is moving you closer to Him every single day. So let's practice that God-given free will by turning it over to Him and just being joyful, having a good time, finding the fun in this situation, and asking Him for the help whenever we need it in all things. Because He's just waiting for us to ask for it. And boy, oh boy, has He got a plan for us when we do. So I'm going to leave you guys there. I'm going to say choose joy. That's what this whole thing is about. And keep communicating. We need that fellowship. We need each other as we go forward. So do make sure to comment below, share this link with each other. Send texts to me, my wife, Josh. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff coming up soon. And make sure to post how things have been going up to this point with your hashtag #QuarantineMadeMeDoIt on Instagram, and we'll get together. Be looking out also across the other platforms, because we're going to try and do a full Zoom Wednesday youth group, I think, coming up here in the future. So we hope to see you then. Until then, love you guys, miss you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, because you're crushing it, and I can't wait to see you on the other side of this thing. God bless. See you later.